all comes down to genetics. If you're genetically superior, women sense it. And bone development, height. Why do women hate short men? Because they have inferior bone development. You know, they might have the chiseled face, but genetically, you know, it's not there. That's why women hate short men. Why do women hate ugly men? Why do women hate men that have big old fat moon face? Majority of guys get married. The majority of guys have children. But why are there so many divorces? Why are these children growing up in broken homes? I'll tell you why. Because the women, they get the good taste of the genetically superior men. It's all to do with looks. All has to do with height, wealth. It can help. It's not going to save you. Genetic superiority is what women, they have the option nowadays. And of course, you know, I'm being straightforward this time. Obviously, why would I be happy about that? You know, because me and many other men are all kind of being thrown in the fucking trash heap.
True love shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be.
It's sort of relying on external. Third is scarcity acceptance. Is divine aligned detachment design like you don't have attachment, whether you have it or not. This is the last 6 minutes. I'm okay with it. That's what security is. That's what I'm saying. What do you think? It's I don't need it. It's I want it, but I don't need it.
You want to
people whether it's temple, whatever it is, it's the last thing to get it. I'm still okay. Let us
well, it kind of
spiritual for them. That's what I mean.
How's that? No, but if, say that's your wife, then how is that secure? How's that you being secure?
It's God's plan. She can die. It's God's plan, and that is security in God in the future, in the akhirah.
Okay, now it sounds like you're trying to create. How's that in line with creating a secure man?
Because I don't need anything external to be okay. I need God that's sufficient for me.
Oh, so now you're saying you're an intel. I just want an intel. That's a big cow. That's okay.
Try your hardest. Well, I'm not accepting.
What do you mean by try your hardest?
Well, your position is you just accept genetics. No, I'm like try to break through, try to manipulate.
It's not accepting genetics. It's accepting the reality that genetics.
Yeah, but you can manipulate reality if you're good enough. If this
okay, now you're going back to manipulate reality.
Psychological skills.
Yeah, but that's you lose frame. You do that.
You're not, because I'm detached.
You're not detached by manipulating reality.
I'm still chilling.
No, that's right. I
don't need to win the game.
By putting your energy into manipulating reality, that means you've lost frame. Yep. And you're not detached. You've proven that you're detached. You're trying to be a secure. That's a characteristic of trying to be a secure. But if you're an incel, bro, you're completely detached because you accept the Blackpill reality truth.
Bro, the incel is not happy with
they're not principled. They're not altruistic. We can't rely on them because they move whichever way they move. So you accept that reality, and you live in accordance with that reality. Instead of trying to change it, and manipulate it, reality, so you can make
speakers corner.
So you can make say if you want to, but you lose brain by doing that. Women will sense that because you know women have sixth sense. Yeah, they actually so she'll sense that, and she knows the signs for genetically inferior. So you lose brain now. By being inside, you actually keep brain because you're completely. You accept that she's happy. You don't. So that's why women make up this concept of being insecure. Or he's insecure. That's wearing this and that. You know what I mean? Like they create. Like that's not really being insecure. It's just being principled. So she's gonna sense like why you say this and that. So it's a matter of being Blackpill, like accepting the Blackpill. It's not about being, but the truth sets you free in that. Let me just wrap it up. The truth sets you free, except for Blackpill, which is the reality, which is the truth. You're alive with the truth. Who's the truth? Allah is the truth. So you're a slave to the truth. You're a slave to the woman, which is trying to be secure and this and that, trying to manipulate reality. And she's gonna sense that, and she's gonna realize that you're genetically inferior. Once the love of his family, but the only way to keep playing is to be principled as well and understand reality. That constitutes being yourself. That's what it means. That's what the brain is. The brain is, how do you brain is being yourself?
Two things. Your detachment is misery. Like the person that is
it moves with the flow of life. You know, have you heard the concept of the Tao? Have you heard the concept of the Tao? It moves with the reality, the flow of life. instead of forcing it and trying to put it into the box for man. Instead of trying to manipulate it, to detach it. Alright, you go. Okay, find your feet.
He's saying that
By having a good, you said it's optimism versus nihilism. You said it's optimism versus nihilism. But I'm saying my position is just reality isn't reality. The Blackpill means
whatever
reality.
your pessimist says.
No, but it's just no. But the point is, it's the reality. So whether you're optimistic or not, the same scenario applies. The same thing. That the reality stays the same whether you acknowledge it or not. Whether you are optimistic or not, the reality stays the same. So you say perception is reality. So you change your perception to change reality. If perception is reality and everyone perceives you as genetically if perception is reality and everybody perceives you as genetically inferior, how is your perception going to change everybody else's perception, which is reality? Their perception and their reality outranks your perception, which is that your perception is of yourself. How are you going to change the world's perception by changing your perception? This is the dialectic. You're saying perception changes reality, but that works against you because reality's perception, the way reality is perceiving you, the way everyone's perceiving you, is different to the way you perceive yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why your genetics, based on reality, it will show that you're genetically inferior, and it's going to have a bad effect. And if you're not Blackpill, you're not going to be able to handle that. You're not going to be able to realize that you need to ascend in order to have the effects you want, so that reality can be on your side. That's what it means to be. That's what it means to be Blackpill. Like you have to accept. It's just the reality pill.
That's what I'm saying.
Optimism doesn't change reality.
Game is word. That's what game is.
It's not game. That's trying to change reality.
Alright, finish it off.
That's what I'm saying. You're outcome independent. If I can't manipulate your perception, I'll go to the next person. That's the ability to be outcome independent. Okay, you're detached. Why do I have to alter everyone's reality? You are more outcome dependent. You need to
Say in a one-to-one relationship.
in a way that you care about everyone's perception. It just shows that you're actually dependent on everyone's perception.
It's not true.
Okay.
Because I said the Blackpill is
Ultimately,
you understand it.
ultimately, people
That's
that are
incorporated into your
there were a lot of people who, some of the greatest people were delusionally optimistic. If you actually think about it, all the prophets speak to upon them all. Moses was a bit delusional when it comes to everyone else perceiving him, how he split the seas and, led the army away. Even delusional, like as in, he was defying feats that no one could thought was possible.
He was
No,
scared.
to other people,
He
to
said
other
he
people.
didn't have a
He didn't have
speech.
evidence. You're saying you need evidence, and then you'll follow reality based on evidence. I'm saying make the evidence by having the courage.
I'm saying reality is supreme, no matter.
Hold on. Just like the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers are two brothers who built the Wright brothers are two people who built the airplanes where no one believed in them. Where no one believed in them. No one believed in them, and then they still made airplanes and stuff. The guy who broke the Olympic sprinting when no one else thought he could. Everyone thought he was. Right, this is why.
They have superior genetics. That's why they're able to do that.
No.
You know what I mean? They have superior genetics.
Can I close it off?
And they did it.
Wait,
Can I say something?
Wait, let him make his final point.
No, let me make a point. At that point, that you could not break that genetic, that limit. It was the human limit. But then this guy, he worked so hard. He worked so hard. Wait.
With his body.
Accidentally.
That's not an accident.
Bro, you didn't even
He
know
did
the
it. He tried
case.
to do it.
You didn't even know the case.
No, but I'm saying that proves my point because he's genetic.
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something in between?
He's not going to be able to.
Yeah, these guys are just getting their reps in. They're getting their reps in. This is not a.
I heard it worked.
Yeah,
Okay, the case. I'll tell you the case. Okay, sorry.
No, hold on. We don't have time for no case, bro.
Let me just tell you this study.
Finish off both sides.
Okay, the guy.
No, bro. We don't have time for that.
He was doing an Olympic race. That was the limit of human potential at that time. So what happened was this guy's like, I'm gonna smash it. He worked so hard. He worked so hard until he tired himself out. So he needed extra rest. Because he had that extra rest, you know how we know the more you rest, the more you recover. Then he actually accidentally broke the world record. Then other people realized, wait, if this guy can break it, all of us can. Then they started breaking the record. Then they started breaking the record week after week. Because this guy defied the odds, and now everyone thought they could defy the odds. if you stick with one system, hey, that's going to be your system forever. I'm saying no, there's probably another system out there. You're just sticking to your evidence base while I'm trying to break limits. That's it. Just like Superman.
What a good argument. What can I say? If he didn't have the genetics to do that,
Nihilistic.
then he wouldn't be able to do it.
Nihilistic, fatalistic, optimistic. That's it. That's the whole point. I said.
Optimism doesn't change reality.
I'm optimistic like the Bright. Bro, the same things were told to the Wright brothers. You cannot fly, and now they do. I'm gonna fly, and I am flying. Anyway.
You know, like.
True love shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your...
Look, I get it. Not everybody is an incel. Not everybody's a loner. Not everybody's a freak like me. Not everybody's an absolutely irredeemable freak, antisocial, ambiguous sexuality. Not everybody's an incel like me. Not everybody's asexual like me.